That gentle petting you do when your cat curls up next to you, it might be the very thing making them bite. That gentle stroking you think is affection might be triggering a neurological response you never knew existed. Most cat parents don't realize they've accidentally trained their cats to keep biting through actions they believe are completely harmless. Your relationship with your feline friend is about to change. Number 1. The dual circuit mystery. Did you know your cat has 2 completely different brain circuits for biting? Scientists have discovered something extraordinary in feline neuroscience that explains why your sweet, purring companion suddenly transforms into a biting machine. Turns out cats possess 2 entirely separate neurological systems for biting behaviors, controlled by different parts of the brain. The first circuit, located in the hypothalamus lateral parafornical region, controls what researchers call silent biting, the calculated, emotionless predator bite aimed at prey. The second, in the medial hypothalamus and periaqueductal gray matter, manages defensive rage biting, complete with the dramatic hissing and fur-raising display. Here's the shocking part. These circuits actually inhibit each other. When your cat is in cuddle mode and subtly bites you during petting, they're not entering defense mode as most assume. They're activating their predator circuit. That means your gentle stroking is triggering hunting behaviors, not defensive ones. But why does this happen? The answer lies in something even more surprising. Number 2. The neurological overload trap. Have you ever wondered why your cat abruptly goes from purring to biting mid-petting session? This baffling behavior has a scientific explanation that few cat parents understand. Each cat possesses a unique petting threshold, the precise number of strokes before their sensory neurons become overloaded. For some cats, this can be as few as 2 to 3 pets before their brain chemistry shifts dramatically. What happens is a form of sensory processing overload. The repeated stimulation of hair follicles triggers a buildup of electrical activity in sensory neurons that becomes increasingly uncomfortable. This creates what neurologists call hyperstimulation, a state where pleasant touch transforms into irritation. Research shows this threshold varies wildly between individual cats and even by breed. Oriental breeds like Siamese and Bengals typically have lower thresholds due to genetic variations affecting serotonin and dopamine receptors, the neurotransmitters regulating mood and sensory processing. Most surprising of all, your cat actually gives you a 30 to 60 second warning before biting, but in a language most humans completely miss. While we're focused on those purrs and needs as signs to continue, we are overlooking the subtle ear shifts, tail twitches, and skin ripples that signal impending sensory overload. This cycle becomes reinforced when we react to the bite, whether by withdrawing quickly, triggering prey chase instincts, or by scolding, creating negative associations with petting. But there's something even more profound happening beneath the surface. Number 3. The silent body language you're missing. Is your cat trying to talk to you right before they bite? They absolutely are. But few humans understand this critical pre-bite communication system. When your cat's sensory neurons approach overload, they initiate a sophisticated sequence of warning signals that escalate in urgency. Learning to read these signals is like discovering a secret language that will transform your relationship. The earliest warning appears in the eyes. Pupils that suddenly dilate 30 to 45 seconds before a bite indicate rising stimulation. Next comes the skin ripple. Subtle waves across your cat's back as cutaneous muscles contract in response to growing irritation. Most humans completely miss these subtle movements. As overload approaches, the tail becomes your most reliable indicator. A tail that switches from gentle swaying to rapid flicking is signaling imminent sensory threshold breach. Research from feline behaviorists reveal that 83% of bites are preceded by tail flicking that intensifies in the 15 seconds before the bite. The final pre-bite signal is the ear position shift. Ears that rotate backwards or flatten against the head indicate your cat has reached their absolute limit. At this point, the bite is nearly inevitable, unless you immediately interrupt the petting. What most cat parents don't realize is that these signals follow a predictable pattern that can be learned. But there's a deeper biological factor at play that influences these thresholds. Number 4. The microbiome connection. Could your cat's gut bacteria be making them bite more often? Revolutionary research has uncovered a stunning connection between feline aggression and gut microbiome health. Cats with imbalanced gut flora show significantly increased irritability and lower thresholds for petting-induced aggression, a discovery that's transforming how veterinary behaviorists approach biting issues. Studies reveal that cats with microbiome disruptions from antibiotics or poor diet exhibit a 40% increase in reactive biting behaviors. The mechanism? Gut bacteria produce neurotransmitter precursors that directly influence brain chemistry and sensory processing in the central nervous system. This gut-brain axis explains why some cats seem to become more bitey after illness or antibiotic treatment. The altered microbiome creates a cascade effect that heightens sensory sensitivity and lowers the threshold for neurological overload during petting. Even more fascinating is the emerging evidence that probiotics can significantly reduce biting behaviors in some cats. Specialized feline probiotics containing lactobacillus and bifidobacterium strains have shown remarkable success in clinical trials, with 68% of bitey cats showing reduced aggression after 30 days of supplementation. This opens an entirely new approach to managing biting behaviors that most cat parents have never considered. But before reaching for supplements, there's something even more fundamental you need to understand. Number 5. The threshold mapping technique. Did you know you can actually calculate your cat's exact petting threshold? Master feline behaviorists have developed a revolutionary technique called threshold mapping that can transform your understanding of your cat's individual limits. This science-based approach involves methodically tracking exactly how many pets your cat tolerates before showing the earliest warning signs. The process is surprisingly precise. Start petting your cat in their preferred spot, usually cheeks or chin, while counting each stroke. Watch vigilantly for the first subtle warning sign, usually the initial tail flick or skin ripple. The number of strokes before the first signal appears is your cat's baseline threshold. What's revolutionary about this approach is discovering that most cats have remarkably consistent thresholds. Your cat might tolerate exactly 17 strokes on the back, but only 8 on the base of the tail. By mapping these thresholds for different body regions, you create a personalized petting map unique to your cat. The game-changing insight? Always stop petting 2 to 3 strokes before reaching the threshold. This pre-threshold cessation technique does something remarkable. It gradually extends the threshold over time, as your cat learns that petting sessions end before discomfort begins. Behaviorists report threshold increases of 30 to 40% within just weeks of implementing this technique. Number 6. The predatory play circuit. What if your cat's biting has nothing to do with petting at all? Groundbreaking research in feline behavior has uncovered a counterintuitive truth. Many cases of seemingly random biting actually stem from understimulated predatory circuits. Your cat's brain contains hardwired hunting sequences that must be regularly activated, and when they're not, that energy redirects them toward the nearest moving target, your hands. This explains the baffling scenario where a perfectly calm cat suddenly attacks your hand without warning. It's not aggression or irritation. It's redirected predatory drive that hasn't found appropriate outlet. The most compelling evidence comes from the studies showing that implementing structured predatory play sequences, hunting, catching, killing, and eating, reduces biting incidence by up to 75%. The key insight is that cats need to complete the entire predatory sequence, not just the chase. Most interactive toys only satisfy the chase component, leaving the crucial catch, kill, eat sequence unfulfilled. This creates frustrated predatory energy that often manifests as biting during subsequent petting sessions. Behaviorists now recommend specialized play protocols involving catchable toys that create resistance when killed, like kickaroo toys, followed immediately by a small treat to stimulate the eat portion of the sequence. Implementing this complete circuit just twice daily reduces biting incidence dramatically. But there's one more factor that changes everything about how we understand biting. Number 7. The love bite paradox. Are those gentle nibbles actually signs of deep affection? The feline love bite represents one of the most misunderstood behaviors in the cat-human relationship. These gentle, controlled nibbles, often accompanied by purring and kneading, confuse many cat parents. Are they affection or the start of aggression? Feline ethologists have discovered something remarkable. Love bites activate entirely different neural pathways than either predatory or defensive biting. They stem from kittenhood nursing behaviors and represent a complex emotional state, mixing comfort, affection, and maternal memory. When your cat delivers these gentle nibbles, their brain is releasing a cocktail of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and endorphins associated with their earliest memories of nursing and maternal grooming. These bites literally recreate the neurochemical state of kittenhood security. The key distinction lies in the bite pressure and accompanying body language. True love bites never break skin and are delivered with relaxed body posture, half-closed eyes, and continued purring. They represent one of the highest forms of trust a cat can demonstrate. What most cat parents don't realize is that responding appropriately to love bites, with gentle stillness rather than withdrawal, creates profound bonding. This response mimics how a mother cat would remain calm during kitten nursing, reinforcing the emotional security the behavior creates. The mystery of cat bites goes deeper than you ever imagined. But what about those strange behaviors your cat displays when you're not even petting them?